best high school sports action. It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Pennsbury High School as we get you set for high school baseball on the WBCB Sports Network. Overlooking Vic Napolitano Field as the Falcons will host the Council Rock North Indians. It's the McCaffrey's Game of the Day on WBCB and brought to you by McCaffrey's Food Markets. McCaffrey's exceptional every day thanks to Team Toyota, to the Revere Restaurant, Discount Auto with us for portions of today's game. Thanks to BCWSA, Fletcher's Garage, and Fred Fletcher, America's Mechanic. DiLorenzo's Pizza, the Berg Pizza on New Falls Road. Thanks also to the Peruzzi Auto Group, Trentonian, Peruzzi Buick GMC, the Trenton Thunder, all on hand to make today's game possible here on WBCB. And the Pennsbury Falcons, a 12-1 record so far this season, and they picked up a big win yesterday, Ben, against this Council Rock North team to start this series.
They sure did. 11-7 win for Pennsbury with runs coming from everybody, but Carlton Crane going 3 for 5 with a double. He drove in. He scored 3 runs, with an RBI on that double, so a big day for Crane at the plate. Some more coming in. Ty Lee had a hit, Henry Garlitz, Casey Shannon, some of the young guys, Finn Burke coming through as well for the Pennsbury Falcons. Brendan Zuckerman doing some good things as well. But in that bottom, it was a great 6.5 innings for Pennsbury. They led 11-2, and then going into that bottom of the 7th inning, the Indians rallied, and it didn't come pretty for Pennsbury. They surrendered 5 runs, allowing two walks. They hit 2 batsmen, a triple and a single, so it wasn't a great closeout for Pennsbury, but they were able to get the job done, get Keller Bradley the win, and now look to win this series here this afternoon.
And that game, Gus, kind of a microcosm of this series for the Falcons. They have committed their fair share of mistakes, but they've been able to do enough at the plate and enough with their pitching to get themselves to a 12-1 record. So on one hand, they got to clean some things up and play better baseball. It's been a frustration for head coach Joe Pacey, but on the other hand, hey, you're 12-1 and you're still not at your peak level of play yet.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think, too, like, we talk about the strength of this team, and it is their lineup. And their lineup could do so much more that we feel like that they haven't. You know, they've left a lot of meat on the bone in a lot of these games. And if they start tightening those things up just with the lineup, how much more dangerous they could be, let alone every other aspect of their game with the fielding, base running, pitching. You clean up some of these other things, they're going to be a very, very dangerous team. And you already look at them, like you said, they're 12-1. So this is going to be an interesting final stretch ahead of the season.
And this one, an interesting game, a big game for both of these teams. For Pennsbury, they could lock up another series with a victory and get themselves closer to a league championship, defending their SOL Patriot Division title in 2025. We will have a big series as they'll match up with their rivals Neshaminy after this Council Rock North series, but work to be done here today. And this Council Rock North team, Ben, also dangerous, a youthful team. They got a lot of underclassmen here in this lineup, but they're feeling good about the development that they see, and certainly a lot of fight in this bunch. We saw that on Monday with a furious comeback attempt that Pennsbury was able to thwart.
Yeah, Pennsbury didn't exactly help themselves in the bottom of that 7th inning, made an error as well in there. However, the Council Rock North was the one putting the bat on the ball and setting themselves up in that bottom of the 7th to rally back a little bit. So you like to see the youthful punch that they had in that bottom of the 7th, and they'll look to carry that over today. Preston Martin on the mound for them. He's not very youthful. He's a senior, but other than that, their field is very youthful. Their lineup has a lot of youth fling to it for Council Rock North.
Absolutely. Well, we got a beautiful day today, Gus and Ben. We got Nick Gallagher behind the camera with us, and great to have everybody here on the WBCB Sports Network, because we're here in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, but a little bit chilly.
I put my
Temperatures,
gloves on.
what do we got? Like the mid-50s, I believe. Maybe getting up to just 55 degrees. So, yeah, right at
But what does it feel like, Ben? You
58.
It feels like 58. Okay.
because we got quite a bit of sunshine and not much wind today.
I still
So
have my gloves
that's
on.
nice.
I still have my gloves on, though. So got to put the gloves on.
You got to be prepared.
Got to keep the beatings on.
And the Falcons have played some long games, so we may be here a while. But games that have gone back and forth, and certainly yesterday's game, an 11-7 game, that takes a little while to, you don't have a short 11-7 game.
You're going to have one of two things. You're going to have either an extra innings game that is so close, 1 to 2 runs, or you're going to have just 35 runs scored between the two teams.
Well, we're here for it, however it plays out. High school baseball on WBCB, McCaffrey's Game of the Day, and brought to you by the Berg Pizza, Di Lorenzo's on New Falls Road, owned and operated by third-generation family member Tyler Di Lorenzo. He uses the same recipes his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie, other great gourmet pizzas like their mustard pie, soups, fresh salads, hot sandwiches, homemade pasta dishes, all served in a very safe, clean environment. Eat in or take out. Call 215-943-2605. That's 215-943-2605. They'll have it ready for you. Di Lorenzo's, the Berg Pizza. They also do catering for all events. Di Lorenzo's, the Berg Pizza in the Vermilion Square, just down the street here from Vic Napolitano Field on New Falls Road, 8919 New Falls Road for Di Lorenzo's, the Berg Pizza.
We just talked about how long
Delicious.
how long some of these games are taking. It's certainly not helping when this ground rules talk has been going on for the last 7 minutes.
When you ditched us last game, Ben,
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, it was like a half hour there. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the starting
I just lost
lineups.
my Gatorade cap.
All right, first for the Falcons, they're about to take the field. And for Pennsbury today, Carlton Crane leading off, playing shortstop. Pierce Perry, the DH. He'll bat second. Brendan Zuckerman bats third, and he's at first base with Ty Lee doing the catching and in the cleanup spot. Mike Sognas bats fifth, and he will be playing second base. Danny Seidler is out in center field hitting sixth, with Henry Garlitz in left hitting seventh. Casey Shannon is in right, and he is in the 8th spot, and Finn Burke rounds out the lineup, and Finn Burke playing third base as he has been throughout this season for Pennsbury. For the Council Rock North Indians and head coach Matt Schramm, they're going with pitcher Preston Martin leading off, and on the mound, it's Jude Hamilton at shortstop, batting second, with Kyle Book in center field hitting third. Noah Furman is in left, and he'll clean up for Council Rock North. Ryan Bukowski is in right field hitting fifth, with Colin Goldman doing the catching and hitting sixth. It's Paul Carpenter at third base batting seventh, with Connor Schmidt, the DH, hitting eighth, and he will bat for first baseman Mike Godonis. And Zach Ruppel is in the 9th spot for Council Rock North today. All right, about to get this one underway, and before the first pitch, we will honor America with the playing of the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. So we will step aside as we will rise and remove our caps and return for first pitch here today on the WBCB Sports Network.
Since 1954, the name McCafferty has stood for outstanding automotive sales and service. And today, Patrick McCafferty continues that tradition at Discount Auto, Business Route 1, Langhorne. Discount Auto has over 100 hand-picked pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, all fully inspected and ready to go. Discount Auto, the perfect place for your kid's first car. Discount Auto, the perfect place for a fine pre-owned family car, SUV, or van. Discount Auto. They're locally owned and operated by Patrick McCafferty, who supports the community. The name McCafferty means honesty, integrity, and great automotive sales and service at Discount Auto, Business Route 1 at Oxford Valley Road, Langhorne.
Hey BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League Champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it.
Welcome back to Pennsbury High School baseball on BCB. Chris Ermer with Ben Goldstein, Gus the Bus Barber, and Nick Gallagher as the Council Rock North Indians about to step up to bat and get this one underway. Council Rock North with a 5-4 overall record. Again, a setback yesterday at the hands of this Pennsbury team, an 11-7 final. And these two teams will meet again on Thursday back at Council Rock North as righty junior Owen Hawks getting his warm-up tosses in. And again, he'll be facing Preston Martin, Jude Hamilton, Kyle Book here to get things going this afternoon. Again, defensively for the Falcons, you got Zuckerman at first, Sognus at second, Carlton Crane playing shortstop with Finn Burke at third. It's Garlitz, Seidler, and Shannon from left to right in the outfield, and Ty Lee doing the catching for Hawks. Had a quick moment with head coach Matt Schramm, and I said, oh man, pitching and leading off, this guy must be a really good athlete. And he said, yeah, and also we like to put all our guys up at the front of the lineup here because we do have a lot of inexperience. So you mentioned Preston Martin, a senior, not only having that experience on the mound, but setting a tone at the top of the lineup today for Council Rock North.
Yeah, Jude Hamilton right behind him last year in the lone game here between Pennsbury and Council Rock North. He got the win over Pennsbury. So Hamilton, another guy that leader on the mound and at the plate.
And Kyle Book having a good season as well, a .480 batting average and leading the team in stolen bases.
I would say that's a pretty good start.
That's
a good season, Chris Armour.
In that 3 spot today for Council Rock North.
Why'd you say his full name like that?
Christopher.
First pitch a little bit inside. All right, Ben, congratulations on the sports night victory for the black team.
Thank you.
It's a fun day on Saturday. On a couple of bounces off the leg of Owen Hawks, he's able to pick it up and toss to first in time to get Martin. And there's one away here in the top of the first.
Nice recovery there by Hawks off the bat. That ball was smoked right at him, but was able to corral it and toss that thing nicely over the first.
I don't know what it hit off him, too. I hope it's his glove, but that thing ricocheted off him hard. If it hit his leg, he's acting very nonchalant about it, but if it hit his leg, you know that thing hurt.
Ground ball on the right side. Sognus with a diving effort. He gloves it and throws in time to get Jude Hamilton.
What a great play by Sognus, ranging to his left. He had to go a long way to get that one. Made the slide, made the throw with plenty of time. Athlete over there at second base.
So 2 up, 2 down. Kyle Book at the plate.
Yeah, Sognus was a mainstay at third base last year for this team, now transitioning to second base and really showing off that range. You can only show off the range so much at the hot corner over there at third, but at second you can really, spread things out, and he laid out, and man, oh man, he looked like Chase Elliott out there.
I think he was your teammate on Team Black, right?
Yes.
In there for a strike to Kyle Book. Pennsbury celebrating their 78th Sports Night tradition this past Saturday.
He may have been on orange. I can't remember.
My cousin was on orange. He was a captain.
Down low and away, no swing.
So you beat my cousin, Ben. I hope you feel proud of that.
Sorry,
I mean, there is so much chaos that goes on with that event that it is hard to tell, like, who's on whose team.
There's a lot going on.
The righty fires a 2-1 curveball. That's fouled back out of play.
I think it's hectic for you guys. Like I said, I was a captain. Oh, that was a cool bounce.
It hit off of the crate that's right behind the softball.
As a captain, it's even advanced because like everybody's looking for you to try to organize things.
Gotta get everyone in the right spot.
Yeah, I was actually kind of like one of the ringleaders for that.
The 2-2.
Shockingly.
Back up the middle, and a well-hit ground ball that's through. Base hit for Kyle Book. And yeah, continues an impressive batting average, improves it with that swing, and brings Noah Furman to the plate with 2 down, 1 on.
Lawrence hit a couple of these balls hard up the middle. The first and third batter right back at Hawks. The second one was kind of no man's land over the right side, but a great play, of course, by Sognis. But a couple of hard hit balls here to start.
Yeah, talking about using the middle of the field. They've been right up the middle on those 2 ground balls. Oh, 1 to Furman. In there for strike 2.
Catching the bottom of that strike zone. Good job. Painting. Van Gogh. We got to find out some more artists so I can say.
A little artistry. The runner goes, swing and a miss, struck him out at the plate for out number 3. So Furman goes down swinging. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner left on base for Council Rock North. We are through a half inning. It's the McCaffrey's Game of the Day on WBCB. And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, read all about today's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian for your complete local and national news 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian, and just around the corner is another summer filled with Trenton Thunder baseball, full and half-season ticket memberships, as well as multi-game packages on sale now for the 2026 season. Visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Trenton Thunder baseball, big league futures, major league fun. Man, looked like they were having major league fun. I saw an online video of Mike Warren pumping up a group of students at like a pep rally.
Cloud Man.
Cloud Man. He started the Cloud Man. Cloud Man.
I wonder if he's like Beetlejuice. If you say it so many times, he'll appear.
Well, he appeared in the video. It was awesome, man. He was running going up and down the stairs. Yeah, so Cloud Man will be there for Trenton Thunder baseball.
I got to reach out to Mike and our sales guy, Bill Render. I'm trying to get some more Trenton Thunder tickets this year. Always hooks us up. But my buddies want to go, you know. Got to try to get a whole outing, you know.
Yeah, well,
We just got to keep a counter for Gus.
Well, maybe
There's
Trenton,
at least 6 right there.
the Thunder might help out, right? But I'll tell you, this Pennsbury baseball team has helped me out a bunch, Gus, because the other baseball team that I like to watch has not been giving me a whole lot of things to cheer for or be excited about. The Philadelphia Phillies, WBCB, your spot on the radio dial for Phillies baseball. And so we are sometimes a captive audience for those Phillies broadcasts. And they got to get it good. That's why this Pennsbury team has been been really enjoying watching these guys. They've been off to a great start and have had great success so far. And that has always started with this team at the top of the lineup. Carlton Crane, Pierce Perry have set a tone consistently, and Brendan Zuckerman in that 3 spot has really done a good job to barrel the ball up consistently, drive in a bunch of runs, and help to power this Pennsbury offense, which has been very potent. Posted 11 runs yesterday against Council Rock North.
Yeah, well, you have 2 guys who are virtually the same exact hitter going back-to-back to start this lineup, and Carlton Crane and Pierce Perry with these 2 lefties that just like to get on base and like to wreak havoc on the base path. So they both get on the base path. Then you have Zuckerman that comes on, and he's like his brother, man. He just likes to swing the ball, put barrel to bat, and drive in runs.
Get down low and in. Here to Carlton Crane as we are underway. Righty Preston Martin getting the baseball for Council Rock North.
Carlton Crane, he really does like to wreak havoc on the base path. Yeah, some of the leads he has on first and second, he gets a lot of balls thrown back to the bag, but man, especially on second, he's like halfway down the line sometimes. And that really gets in the pitcher's head, and the pitcher starts to overthink the at-bat that he has at hand and serves up a meatball sometimes.
Yeah, you want to be out there to pick up bags and to move around the bases, but he's out there almost to be a disruptor as he takes that one. Looked to be inside, but caught the inside part of the plate.
That was a little Michelangelo there painting.
There you go.
I got a list of them now.
Makes it a 2-2 count. Righty fires and misses high and away.
But Carlton Crane, he's such a good hitter. He can barrel the ball up, just finds the gaps in the field. But then he's also a very patient hitter. He's not going to overswing. He's not going to swing at pitches outside the strike zone. He's going to work the count, and he's going to take the walk if it's there. He's really become an all-around complete leadoff hitter.
There fouls that one away into the parking lot, and a full count here to Carlton Crane. This is just the second league series for Council Rock North. We mentioned that when the Falcons played Council Rock South, the different ways the schedule has played out for some of these league teams because of senior trips and spring breaks. Pennsbury, for instance, has played a bunch of series already with their league opponents. 3-2 on the line to shortstop, and Jude Hamilton makes the grab. A line out for Carlton Crane, and there's one away.
Man, oh man, that thing was hit off like a rocket off the bat. And good job of the shortstop just to stay cool, calm, and collective. Saw he didn't have to do too much with it. Just put his glove up and it was going to come right at him.
Little laser beam.
Yeah.
And brings Pierce Perry to the plate.
What's going on?
Yeah, so the Falcons with a 12-1 record. And they've, again, played a bunch of league series already. For Council Rock South, their only other league opponent that they've played a series with was Neshaminy.
Yeah, Council Rock North most recently had their senior trip to Disney.
And so
that's
where
the
Pennsbury is
has been, yeah.
at 12-1, this team is at 5-4.
Yeah.
And from here, they still have league series against Harry S. Truman. And they'll play Ben Salem, and then their sibling school, Council Rock South, yet remaining on their regular season schedule. 1-0. Tipped into the glove of Goldman. 1-1 count to Pierce Perry. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they only have Neshaminy left as far as the SOL Patriot division remains. 1-1. Catches the outside corner. Makes it a 1-2 count to DH Pierce Perry. Martin delivers down low. Moving third baseman Paul Carpenter off the line a little bit.
Yeah, Pennsbury, they don't have a game at all. They have one game next week, and it's an out-of-league game against Pennington, so no in-league opponents being played next week. So a little bit of a nice off week for the Falcons.
2-2 out to left. Furman under it. Got it. So 2 up, 2 down. Base is empty for Brendan Zuckerman.
They have Pennington on April 29th, which is next Wednesday. And then they have their 3-game series against Neshaminy, which is the next week.
I think it's 2 weeks from
May
this week.
May 5th through the 7th.
Well,
May 5th game we picked up. It's going to be an away game. The only away game we're doing for Pennsbury this year against Neshaminy at Neshaminy. Should be a fun one.
That's going to be, interesting. They kind of lose a little bit of the rhythm, the 0-1. Having that week off, you like to make sure you get everybody healthy and give your players some rest. But you see at the major league level how that week off has been a problem for teams, even in that playoff scenario.
Yeah, baseball is one of those sports. You just got to keep having the repetitions after repetitions.
Goes for the 0-2, swing and a miss. Zuckerman down on strikes, and a 1-2-3 inning authored by Preston Martin. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We're through an inning of high school baseball here from Pennsbury High School, and we'll return with more of the McCaffrey's Game of the Day on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Top of the second, and for Council Rock North, Ryan Bukowski, Colin Goldman, Paul Carpenter set to face Owen Hawks, as we are still scoreless in this one. And yeah, big league matchup between these two. Oh yeah, that's a Neshaminy series. We'll have the whole thing for you on WBCB. We added an additional game. We already had 2 of them on a schedule.
Yeah, we were already going to plan to do Wednesday and Thursday, which we're going to be here at the Vic, the famous The Vic. But we added that Tuesday game because we couldn't do the one Truman game, so added on the Neshaminy game, and that's going to be that Tuesday there. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all 3 straight with the Neshaminy one. So that should be a fun one. And if it's going the way it's going, that could be a collision course for a very impactful series in the SOL.
Yeah, right now it seems like Neshaminy, Council Rock South playing good baseball, but Neshaminy, the other team that has a shot at the SOL Patriot Division.
Yeah. So those 3 games are going to be very, very impactful and intense. So it's great to have all 3 of them.
And now these games begin to have an additional meaning and significance in that you're trying to improve your postseason position and make sure you 1-1 out to right. Casey Shannon drifting into foul territory and makes the catch as he catches the pop fly for out number 1.
Apparently, it's news to Ben that we're doing that Tuesday game.
Nobody told me that.
Yeah,
it was in an email. I'm pretty sure.
It's a late addition. You were not CC'd, maybe. I don't know.
Are you gonna still be there or no?
It's on my calendar now.
It's on your calendar now. Beautiful. Because that Tuesday game, guess what, Ben? Your one and truly is going to be calling it.
Oh, boy.
A strike to Colin Goldman. He's got a home run this season for Council Rock North.
Maybe I won't be there then. Take it right off my calendar.
Oh, no.
1-1 here from Owen Hawks. Down and away. Hawks there shakes one off, gets this pitch from Ty Lee. The 2-1 ground ball. Takes a tough hop, diving attempt there by Carlton Crane to knock it down, but it's out to left. And a base hit for Colin Goldman has him at first base with 1 away for third baseman Paul Carpenter.
A little courtesy runner going out there for the Council Rock North catcher.
James Halleckman running at first base.
Number 77. You don't see 77 a lot in baseball.
No, that's more like on the Flyers.
That's a Flyers?
That's a hockey number.
Yeah, it's a hockey and a football number. You see it a little bit more now in basketball.
VJ Edgecombe's rocking 77.
And you see Luka Doncic. I feel like he was like the first one. VJ Edgecombe's just wearing 77 until Kyle Lowry leaves, until he can get 7.
Guy likes the number 7.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Carpenter takes low and away from Owen Hawks. Again, 1 down, 1 on. Oh, well, good-looking pickoff attempt from Owen Hawks.
I feel
Good
like
footwork, but
you've seen a lot of very close plays with these pickoff moves this year. It goes to show you how meaningful it is. You get a guy leaning, or you have an effective one. It could be a game changer.
and this time back a little bit more easily is Halleckman.
I feel like athletes, though, that like the number 7 are weird with the number 7. I don't know. It's just that number, I feel like.
You got something against the number 7?
Number 7 and number 1.
1-0. Well, number 7, like a classic lucky number, I think.
Bill Barber?
That's my uncle.
Yeah, right now you look at the PIAA District 1 6A baseball standings. Pennsbury, they have officially 10 district games, and a 9-1 record has them in the 8th spot. A pretty good record, but Downingtown West, a perfect 11-0 at the top of the 6A standings.
And you don't like the number 7, and your uncle's number 7 is in the rafters.
The 1-1, the runner goes. Tough one for Ty Lee as it's low and away, and he's got no throw. Stolen base for Halleckman.
That was a good steal there. Good jump. No chance with an off-speed pitch right there, located low. I didn't say I didn't like the number 7. I just said the athletes who like number 7 as their favorite number have a weird infatuation with that number. It's that and number 1. If your favorite number is a number 1 as an athlete, it's...
The 2-1 ground ball off Zuckerman. He's able to flip over to Owen Hawks. Nice job by the pitcher to cover the bag. Carpenter retired on a 3-1 putout.
And
there's 2 down.
That's why they do PFPs right there.
Halleckman picks up 3rd on the ground out and brings Connor Schmidt to the plate.
Hawks made that look seamlessly.
I think the real oddballs are like the guys who love number 13.
Yeah,
Right.
it's certain. See, it's like certain numbers. Guys just having a weird infatuation with those numbers and stay with it.
That was a disgusting breaking ball right there by Owen Hawks.
Yes, swing and miss stuff. And 0-1 count.
You see that a lot with a number 23 now, too, because of LeBron and Michael.
Yeah, I was a number 23'sman in honor of his airness back in the day.
His airness.
Hawks has his pitch, the 1-1 delivery. Foul tip for strike 2.
I bounced around 9, 11, 6. It's kind of all
That's
over the
good. You're
place.
versatile.
Yeah. 11 is my
You
number.
don't want to be defined.
I had a lot of different numbers.
1-2 pitch. Ooh, just got a piece of that one to stay alive.
I had number 4, I had number 20, I had number 97, and then I had number 55.
97?
In that order. Yeah, 97. Seems ancient, but that's the year I was born, bud.
Oh.
The 1-2. Out to left. Not a lot on it, but Garlitz has it measured, and he makes the catch. A fly out for Connor Schmidt, and there's another half inning completed. No runs, 1 hit, and again, 1 left on. So Council Rock North leaving 2 runners on here in the first couple of innings. We're through an inning and a half high school baseball here on WBCB. It's the McCaffrey's Game of the Day, brought to you in part by America's Mechanic. Lives right here in Fairless Hills, supports Pennsbury High School. We're talking about Fred Fletcher at Fletcher's Garage on the corner of Hood and South Old Boulevard. Trusted by Bucks County drivers since 2001 for complete automotive repair and maintenance performed by expert ASE certified technicians. Fletcher's Garage, an official AAA auto repair facility. They stand by every repair with a dependable warranty. PA state inspection and emission, oil changes, suspension service, tire service, heating and cooling. Take your car, SUV, or pickup to Fletcher's Garage. Commitment, honesty, quality service. Fletcher's Garage and Fred Fletcher, America's Mechanic, at Hood and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills. And again, thanks to the Trenton Thunder for making portions of today's game possible. Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun. Visit trentonthunder.com/tickets to learn more today. Well, Preston Martin set him down in order in the the bottom of the first and now bottom of the second. And for the Falcons, it's Ty Lee, Mike Sognis, Danny Seidler set to hit. Again, the defense for Council Rock North, you got Godanis at first base, Zach Ruppel at second, Jude Hamilton playing shortstop, Paul Carpenter at third, Furman with Book and Bukowski going left to right in the outfield, Colin Goldman doing the catching. He has a quick word with starter Preston Martin, and we're ready to get back to it.
What do you think that word was?
Ty Lee in there.
What do you think that word was? I'm going to say indubitably.
What's that?
It's National Big Word Day today.
Yes.
This is the most unserious, broadcaster of all time.
Ground ball through on the left side. Ty Lee starts the bottom of the second with a base hit.
First hit of the day for Pennsbury. Ty Lee was a big part of that walk-off win last time the Falcons played here. He got the base hit. Will Curtin came in to run for him, and the rest, as Charlie Crudisco once said, is history. That's Liam Weislack this time will be the courtesy runner for Ty Lee.
Weislack at first. Sognis at the plate. There's not much of a breeze here today. Sunshine with temperatures in the mid-50s, but now it feels like the wind may be blowing in a little bit. Michael Sognis has some serious pop in that bat, launched one out to left field. Well, last game I said that was against the Owls. That was against Truman. 1-0. Misses for ball 2.
Looked like almost that was a paint job there, but no painter. Looks like we got a varsity and JV softball game going on.
Ball 3 to Sognis. Yeah, Falcons in front on the softball diamond, 2-0 in varsity action.
Yeah, and somebody came over looking for the freshman game, so probably another day where there's a 5-sport complex today.
Yeah, and it gets
5 games going on at once.
Gets even busier when the little leaguers show up and get things going on the field just behind us. There's strike 1 to Sognis.
That's the best time. I'll be honest, I'd rather watch the little leaguers than the high schoolers. It's more entertaining.
Well, I love this brand of baseball. The 3-1 they throw over. Sometimes that little league game can get a little wild with somebody walking or a pitcher having command issues.
We do this broadcast in the summer with, I think, the 10 and 11-year-olds, and those are so entertaining.
3-1 is fouled away.
Because sometimes, you get some funny performances and funny things that the kids do, but then you get one kid who looks like he should be playing high school, and it's like, man, you're 11 or 12 and you're already this technically good? That's crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately for Pennsbury, they feel like they've been committing some of those little league mistakes though in the field. 3-2. bounced foul by Sognus. I mean, I know that's been a frustration that Coach Pacey has talked with us about. Even in their game yesterday, felt like they should have done a better job to close things out. Like you were talking about, Ben, and chronicling how that game got a little bit more interesting than it needed to be.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times with this team this season. It's just having some trouble closing out ball games.
Payoff pitch, down and away. A good take by Sognus. Checked the swing. He holds up and heads to first with the walk. That will push Weislich to second and bring Danny Seidler up to bat.
Pennsbury's offense is just so lethal where at some points it doesn't even seem like it matters, but there will come a time where you need to close out a close game, and if you're having trouble doing it, it's going to come back to bite you.
Yeah, and expectations with this team are very high. So, you know, as the postseason plays out, you're going to be playing teams that you can't afford to make mistakes on. Wow, beautiful bunt there by Seidler. Safe all around. Nobody was covering first. And so Seidler, who was ready to give himself up with a sacrifice bunt, has a bunt base hit.
If you had what looked like a dartboard or a big target circle and you put it right in that part of the field and you said, yeah, you're going to have to put it right here. This is the perfect spot to bunt it. Danny Seidler just put it right on the bullseye. That was an absolute perfect bunt right there. Even if somebody was at first covering, he had no shot of getting him. He was busting it out there. Wow, what a beautiful bunt.
Yeah, and good quickness and speed from Seidler too, right? You pick up the baseball, you look down there, and basically he's already on the bag.
Yeah. He beat the even fielder that was supposed to be there.
0-1. Down low to Garlitz. All right, what's that I hear from the dugout? Is it his birthday?
Garlitz his birthday was yesterday. So Henry Garlitz turned 17 with a victory yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
1-1. Takes upstairs for ball 2. Well, maybe a little birthday magic or belated birthday magic for Henry Garlitz. Got the bases loaded with nobody out in the first. Again, down low. And now he's got a favorable count. Kind of identify a zone. If the pitch is there, have at it. Get that A swing off. 3-1. Grounded on the right side, picked up by Ruppel. His only play is the first base, and Garlitz is thrown out there, but he'll drive in Weislich, and the Pennsbury Falcons are on the scoreboard. It's 1-0. And Seidler also moves up to second. Mike Sognus at third base. And Casey Shannon kicking around the dirt in the batter's box as he gets ready to take his at-bat.
Pennsbury doing it with some small ball here in this inning. Danny Seidler with the bunt. You got the run in on a ground out. It's not always pretty the way you got to score runs, but Falcons doing it effectively here in this second inning.
Curveball that stays elevated for ball 1 to Shannon. Infield in for Council Rock North.
Gotta love a bit of small ball every now and again.
And Council Rock North trying to cut off the run at third. I mean, however you can manufacture those runs.
Yeah, he didn't do too much with it. Just kind of outside pitch and just took it the other way. It's the only spot in the field where if you keep it on the ground, you're at least going to still score. And that's exactly what Garland did. Kept on the ground, right side. Not what you want. Obviously, you wanted to do more with it. You wanted to get a base hit and score more runs. But you did your job. You at least got one in.
Preston Martin right there hitting his spot.
Yeah, he painted that one a little Andy Warhol there.
1-1. Down in the dirt, and a good job by Goldman to smother it, keep it in front of him.
I told you, I got a list now of artists.
What's his top painting?
Campbell Soup.
If If you ever go to Pittsburgh, I recommend the Warhol Museum.
I actually kind of like Warhol stuff. It's kind of that new pop art.
The 2-1 curveball that stays inside.
Let it hit you. It's only a curveball.
Yeah, almost went off his shoulder.
That's my mindset, at least.
Huge lead at second for Danny Seidler.
Yeah, they must teach this. They are like halfway down.
Well, when you got everyone in on the grass.
The 3-1 misses outside, and Casey Shannon works a walk, and that will load the bases back up for the Falcons in the bottom of the first. One away, bases juiced for Finn Burke, and before he steps up to the plate, they will have a chat with Preston Martin.
He's given up a pair of walks, lost some of that command here in this second inning, so just check in with Martin and maybe calm him down a bit.
And maybe point out like a good ground ball if they're working to the 9-hole hitter. Just kind of focus in and get that second out. Well, great time to hit the open roads this spring and summer. Why not do it in a brand new Sierra pickup truck from your hometown Sierra dealer, Peruzzi Buick GMC in Fairless Hills, helping to make today's game possible here on WBCB. Great offers on Sierra pickup trucks at Peruzzi Buick GMC. Righty kicks and fires, and in there for strike one to Burke. Again, the righty set at the belt, checks the runners, and delivers. Out to right field, slicing into foul territory. Bukowski over there can't quite get to it, gives it a run.
In those situations, with no out, with one out, you have the runners on. That spot of the field, even if you catch the ball, get the out, run's going to score. Might as well just let it fall. I always see people trying to attempt to catch those and do catch it and try to get the ball in quick. I know you want the out, but just let it fall and don't let the run score if you really want to try it a different way.
Didn't like Castellanos get in that situation in the postseason?
He would do that all the time. That's why I started thinking about it, because he made me so angry with it. He's catching the ball at the worst time. He's like, dude, just let it fall so we can get like a double play or a better ball to like try to attempt that home.
Well, Falcons have made some minor changes to this lineup. It's been there's been some consistency, including in this 9 spot and at third base, Finn Burke.
Yeah, mainstay over there at the hot corner.
You just pencil his name in each and every day. Takes down low, good eye. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martin here with his 40th pitch of the afternoon. Also to the right side, and that also slicing and will be well out of play.
Slicing like my golf shot.
Martin had just 15 pitches in that first inning. Is up to 40 now.
Yeah, really laboring here in this bottom of the second inning. The 2-2. Curveball in there for strike 3. Gets him looking.
Ooh,
Big strikeout for Preston Martin, and there's 2 away in the second.
Good breaking pitch just at the top of the zone, catching the top of the corner. Just absolute paint. A little Claude Monet right there.
Kind of froze him.
Yeah, absolutely did. He thought it was going to be a ball coming above his head, and then all of a sudden it just breaks and catches the top of the zone.
4th different painter mentioned.
Yeah, Claude Monet.
And Carlton Crane up to bat first time around. He lined out to the shortstop. The laser beam right into the glove of Jude Hamilton. First time around takes strike 1.
And what was a real sweet situation is now looking to be desperate, as you had second and third, 1 out, turned into bases loaded, 1 out, and now you got 2 outs.
Ground ball on a couple of hops. Hamilton had it in the glove and it popped out of the mitt. And safe all around for Pennsbury, and they score their second run here in the second inning as Mike Sognas crosses the plate. And Carlton Crane aboard on the E6.
Listen, you take them when you get them, but that error right there by Council Rock North just saved Pennsbury this inning from going out, not getting more damage, to now putting up an extra run and seeing if you can do any more.
A slowly hit ground ball to first base. Godanis has it, and he'll flip over to Preston Martin covering to retire Pierce Perry on a 3-1 ground out for out number 3. So the Falcons get 2 runs in the second inning. They get those 2 runs on a hit. No, 2 runs on 2 hits, excuse me, and they leave the bases loaded. All right, 2 complete as we head to the third. High school baseball on WBCB.
Business doesn't wait, and neither do we. At Penn Community Bank, our commercial bankers come to you. Your office, your job site, your next big idea. From faster financing to sophisticated digital options, we provide local decisions and real-time security solutions. Because when your banker knows your name, your company, and your goals, you're backed by something bigger. Penn Community Bank, built for business, backed by community. Visit PennCommunityBank.com to see how we're built different. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Spring sports season is here, which means practices, games, tournaments, and a lot more time in the car. And with rising gas prices, those trips to the field can really add up. At Team Toyota, we're the MVP of MPG, with a huge selection of new and certified Toyota models, hybrid, electric, or gas. We've got the right option for you to drive. Plus, our award-winning service and collision centers will help keep you in the game. Team Toyota, ready for wherever the season takes you. Stop in today or visit teamlanghorne.com.
All right, top of the third, back here at Pennsbury High School. And for Council Rock North, Zach Ruppel gets his first time up.
This pollen is killing me.
2 base hits so far for Council Rock North. It's a mixture of the pollen and the dust that gets kicked up here at the baseball, softball field. I always feel like it's a combo. Man, the pollen is bad enough, but then...
Like, there is a lot of dirt and everything that gets kicked up. And like you said, we have the JV and varsity field right behind us. That's all the field is pretty much dirt.
Ball and a strike to second baseman Zach Ruppel. Righty kicks and fires, sent to center field. Danny Seidler ranging over towards right and makes the catch. A line out for the first out here in the top of the third. And to the top of the lineup for Council Rock North, here's pitcher Preston Martin.
Well, if there's anything that's been consistent for this Pennsbury squad over the last, I don't know how many years going back, it feels like for a while now, and there's been very good defensive center field play for this Pennsbury team. It goes back all the way back to, I can think like Charlie Evans a couple years ago, who's now at Appalachian State and killing it there. You had a Hirsch last year. You just had a lot of guys who've...
The 0-1. Ground ball left side, backhanded by Crane. His throw across, not quite in time. Nice backhanded snare by Brendan Zuckerman on the other end of the play, but good speed by Preston Martin. He is safe with an infield base hit.
It wasn't Hirsch last year. I forget who it was, but
I mean, your point.
Evan Hawks.
Evan Hawks, thank you. They've had a lot of very good center field defensive play out there, and Danny Seiler is just now one of those guys.
And the Falcons have been a top team in the SOL Patriot Division for a while, and playing a good brand of baseball under Coach Pacey. And the adage is, to be good, you need to have good defense up the middle. And I think in addition to the center field position, shortstop and catcher and second, all very solid. And
catcher's been a real mainstay with Hirsch last year, Baraski the year before that.
The 0-1, the runner goes. Ty Lee's throw, not in time. A stolen base for Preston Martin.
I'm trying to think who they had a couple years ago who had really good. Charlie Cordisco. He was very good center fielder.
Yeah, we see a courtesy runner coming out for the pitcher. That is Evan Hemlinger, who takes second base for Martin. So shortstop Jude Hamilton at the plate. First time up, he hit one on the ground on the right side, and it required a diving grab by second baseman Mike Sognes. Full extension, he was able to get it in the glove and throw just in time to retire Hamilton his first time around. The 1-2 pitch. Ooh, he's lucky to get a little piece of that. That was a good spot. But tipped fouls. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it looked like a slider or cutter or something that just ran in on his hands. Like you said, I don't know how he got a piece of that.
The 1-2 to the left side, but out of play. Over the bleacher set up over there near the parking lot.
Guy looked like he was trying to get under it to grab it and then backed out at the last second, let it fall in front of him. I mean, that's a play that was very makeable by the guy over there in the red shirt sitting in his tailgate right now.
1-2 pitch. Down in the dirt, swing and a miss, and will require a throw to first by Lee. It's a high throw, and now they have in a rundown, no, Preston Martin. They had him halfway to third, but his speed gets him to the base in time. And so Hemlinger at third base. Jude Hamilton thrown out at first, and there's 2 down for Kyle Book.
That's some great heads-up base running by Council Rock North over there to advance to third. And Zuckerman could have had a chance to get out. I just don't think he just didn't recognize that the runner took off. And then by the time it was tossed, it was going to be too late.
Kyle Book with a base hit his first time into the glove of Owen Hawks, and then he'll take it with the bare hand, throw over to first to retire Kyle Book with a 1-3 putout. And Council Rock North held scoreless in the third, no runs. They get another hit, so they've had a hit in each of the innings, but they leave another runner on base. And they've stranded 3 over the first 3 frames. As we go to the bottom of the third, it's high school baseball on WBCB and brought to you by the Peruzzi Automotive Group and Peruzzi Service on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills. Today's game also made possible by the Pennsbury Parents Baseball Club. They want to wish the Falcons the best of luck today and throughout this season and ask you to come on out, support the Pennsbury Falcons, and we hope you enjoy today's game. You know, when we were here last, Gus, we talked with Coach Pacey just a little bit about some of the work that has gone on here at Vic Napolitano Field, and he kind of mentioned, we did this project, and it had this price tag, and we did this project, and was, surprising to me a little bit about the upkeep and the budget that you need in order to just keep the field, and they do a great job here at the Vic.
And they've
the
made strides.
Surface.
Yeah, they've made strides all the last decade and plus. They've done a lot of modifications to this field to make it how nice it is today. But, yeah, the amount that goes into it, oh, my gosh.
He was like, yeah, we needed a new infield. That cost this. And we needed a new mound, and that cost, whatever.
They needed a new sprinkler system. They cost that much.
Right.
I'm like, oh, my
and he
God.
said, we put all these things in, and pitch in there to Zuckerman is down low. And he also mentioned, we also would like to have this in the future, and we're looking forward to maybe seeing if this could happen. And anyway, I bring it up because I'm looking at the stands and the spectators that are here inside the Zuckerman for Ball 2, And I think baseball facilities, maybe it's because of how much work goes into the playing surface, but there really isn't a lot of considerations for the stands or spectators.
No,
and that's not just here. That's like everywhere in
yeah.
youth baseball,
and
I
just,
think.
And just youth baseball, high school baseball, all the levels of baseball until you get to college and high school, it pretty much is the motto of F those fans.
2-1 on the line, out to center field
But it
for
really
a base hit.
It really is. Like, they don't really care about, like, you know, they'll put a set of metal bleachers here or there. But, yeah, like you said, like, we don't really care about the fans. It's not about the fans. It's about the playing field, the product on the field. So, yeah, it's really screw those fans.
Solid hit there from Zuckerman to start off the bottom of the third.
I feel like baseball is also one of those sports where, like, a lot of people watch it standing up. It's one of those sports where it's like a stand-up sport. I don't know why.
Well hit to left, and Furman over his head. He reaches up the glove, but can't get to it. Zuckerman around third, and he will slide home safely. And going to third base is Ty Lee. They overthrow the bag, and he'll score. And the Falcons make it 4-0.
So is that considered a Little League home run?
Yeah, I guess a double and 2 errors on the throw.
Because I know if it's like a ball that doesn't get out of the infield, that you score all the way as a Little League home run. But I feel like if
definitely that would qualify as, because it was a miscue by the opposition that allows you to go all the way around, touch them all.
It was interesting. They looked like they had a shot at him at third too. Just another miscue of a throw allowed him to score.
I mean, I think Lee was toast if that throw was there at third and then just over his head.
You even heard, I think, some spectator, I overheard him be like, "Oh no, why did you do that?" Because you saw Lee about to get burnt at third, but yeah, miscue of a throw. It's 4-0 game now. That ball though was absolutely smoked off the bat. I thought it had a second to go out.
Two balls and a strike here to Sognis.
See, they didn't update the scoreboard, and I
Coach
wasn't
Pacey
able to hear the umpire, so that's why I didn't update my graphics as well.
It should
straightens it out.
Should be 2-1, and the pitch count is 52 for Martin. It still reads 50.
I don't want to be that guy, but they do have a trouble here with the scoreboard a lot. I don't know if it's players or coaches or just somebody that comes to do it, but scoreboard people
Sognis there takes wide. Ball 3. He's got a good count here for a good hitter. See if he can get to Preston Martin.
Dangerous
Takes in the
for
dirt.
this Pennsbury team for this year. Absolutely so much pop in that bat, so maybe it's a good job for him to walk for this Council Rock team.
Dangerous, but also showing his discipline up there. Does a good job to take in the dirt and bring Danny Seidler up to the plate.
D&D, dangerous and disciplined.
First time up, Seidler laid down a bunt with 2 on, hoping to move the runners. Not only did he move the runners, but he got a bunt base hit. To load him up helped to lead to the first 2 runs of the day for the Falcons. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Already 2 across in this inning. The 0-1 and squared it up, but pulls the bat back as the Council Rock North Indians get a little activity going in the left field bullpen.
Interesting to show bunt again there. Obviously, we just talked about how he did it last time, but with that circumstance, it made sense. This one, how good of a hitter he is. I'd like to see him swing away here. But then again, we talked about how this Pennsbury team, the big motto is get men on, move men over, score men. Simple as that, So if only it was as easy as that. Well, this Pennsbury team is making it look that easy, at least this year.
Yeah, it was a great bunt from Seidler first time around. This one in the dirt. The runner is off. Mike Sognis slides into second safely, picks up a stolen base.
That was a tough throw. Skipping in front of him to almost, I think, behind the batter, to him to make it that close at second. Good job of the catcher there.
Yeah, strong throw from Goldman.
From a former catcher, that's saying a lot.
But good base running by Pennsbury. And we talked about, earlier here, Ty Lee looked like he was going to get thrown out. But if you're aggressive, sometimes even a base running mistake can lead. You put the pressure on the defense, make them make the throw. Sliced out to left, and Furman falls in front of him and will get past the left fielder, roll up close to the fence, and allow Danny Seidler to get to second with a double. And that drives in run number 3 here in the third inning and makes it a 5-0 Pennsbury game.
Took a bad hop out there in left field, squirted away, and then from that point on, it was just run was going to score and a double there for the Pennsbury Falcons. And things are going well here in this third inning.
Yeah, just a bad misjudgment there by the left fielder, kind of letting it fall and then not getting in front of it and letting it just roll to the fence.
Garlitz will lay down a bunt. That's good. They're not going to get him.
Oh, my gosh.
Perfectly placed by Henry Garlitz. He has a bunt base hit, and that will move Seidler to third and put him at the corners for Casey Shannon.
This is just an all-time display of bunts. That is another great bunt by Pennsbury. They've had 2 of them in this game, and it's just been
remember when I said about
great bullseyes.
Remember when I said about the bullseye? Yeah, he just hit another bullseye right there, Ben. Darts. He's throwing darts with the bunts. One for Seidler, that one there. Oh, we got a little mound meeting, not sure.
Yeah, before Casey Shannon's at bat, they'll have another word with Preston Martin.
Probably to eat some time out there in the left field corner for the reliever thrown out there.
Well, for complete automotive service, you can trust the Peruzzi Auto Group for value and service on all makes and models. And we thank the Peruzzi Auto Group for making portions of today's high school baseball possible on WBCB. Free multi-point inspection on your vehicle with any paid service, 10% military and law enforcement discounts on any service. You buy 3 tires, get the 4th free. All service performed by certified technicians. Peruzzi, big comfy waiting rooms at their dealerships with free Wi-Fi and early drop-off. Peruzzi service open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6. Saturdays open 7:30 to 4:30. Peruzzi Auto Group. Service for all makes and models. Visit a Peruzzi dealership on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills, where their business is you. All right, so Preston Martin stays out there. The runner goes. They will throw down. And a stolen base for Henry Garlitz.
Garlitz is lucky. He did not slide into second base. He's hearing it a little bit from his teammates.
That'll put 2 in scoring position. And kind of a gutsy call just to throw it down. You would have thought maybe Danny Seidler would have taken off from third and tried a double steal. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss from Shannon. Well, with this infield in, Henry Garlitz getting a huge lead. The 1-1. Curveball in there for a strike.
Ooh, absolutely Pablo Picasso, that one.
I mean, I would be tempted to try to bring in my center fielder or something and try to, I don't know, run some kind of pickoff. I guess your third base coach would be on top of that.
Yeah.
1-2. Down in the dirt, skips away from Goldman, but he does a great job of getting on it quickly and holding the runners. Yeah, Seidler really couldn't go anywhere because that went up the third baseline and did not get far enough away from Goldman for him to advance. If he took off, I think he would have been out. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball that drops down low for ball 3. Falcons already with 3 runs in this bottom of the third. And with nobody out, opportunity to break this one wide open. 2 in scoring position. Payoff pitch outside, ball 4. And they're loaded for third baseman Finn Burke.
4th walk allowed by Martin, and let's see if they'll turn to their reliever here or they'll wait for Crane. And no.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they will wait for the lefties at the top of the Pennsbury lineup if they're going to be making a pitching change.
There's still no outs.
When whoever was warmed up out there, or whoever was warming up, is no longer throwing.
Either he's ready or they.
Is it number
change their
44?
mind.
Just 4.
Riley McGurney? Or no?
Jackson Costanzo.
A ball and a strike to Burke. The 1-1 in the dirt. Nowhere to put him. First time up, Finn Burke got caught looking. A strikeout victim back in the second. 2-1. Swing and a miss, and the ball skips away from Goldman, and the runners move on up. Scoring is Danny Seidler. It's now 6-0 Pennsbury. Garlett's the third, Casey Shannon at second base.
Always such an anticlimactic way to score a run, I feel like. Like, he scored a run, but nobody really is excited because it was a pass ball.
2-2 delivery. Breaking ball that's bounced foul as Finn Burke stays alive. That one was weird, too. I felt like that hit the front of the plate or something. And
yeah, like
was
maybe
a tough
hit
one
the
for
heel
Goldman.
Of, like, the glove and then just skipped away of the catcher. It ricocheted really quickly.
The worst is like the walk-off on a pass ball. It's like just
Well, last game we were seeing a lot, too. A lot of plays, a lot of balls hit to the right side of the field and hitting the lip of the grass and just catching it like a ramp. It happened like 4 times. Once it caused a big moment in the game where I remember Zuckerman misplayed it, 2 runs scored for South, and then Kalanko later in the game misplayed it and I think tied the ball game up. So sometimes, you just have those weird bounces in the field sometimes.
2-2 fouled away, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last time we were here, Pennsbury got a win over Council Rock South on a wild pitch. 2-2, swing and a miss. Finn Burke goes down swinging, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the third. And up to bat is Carlton Crane. And
well, that one was a little bit more exciting because he went from first to home on that one. So
yeah, wild pitch, so you go from first to second. That's automatic,
Yeah.
right? But then he saw that they weren't really paying attention, and so he goes about halfway to third, and he just took off, and they try to throw him out at third base. Even if the throw was there, I don't think it was going to be in time, but the throw goes past the third baseman, and Will Curtin, who came in as a pinch runner, able to go from first all the way around. So that was a little bit more of an exciting wild pitch kind of scenario, situation.
Martin's still in here to face Carlton Crane.
Breaking ball stays wide.
It's kind of interesting. But it was great. The pictures after the game of this whole scene of Curtin up on his teammates' arms and the celebration, and then I think they lost something in the dirt right after the celebration, which
The 2-1 is in there, yeah.
which was not the best.
We had our DiLorenzo's post-game moment, and our star of the game gets a gift certificate from DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, and so Will Curtin was with us, and I intended to ask him about what they were looking for in the dirt, and I forgot. I was like, that was because it looked like they were looking for a contact lens. A bunt well laid down by Carlton Crane, and initially nobody covering first base. Now they do have somebody covering the bag. The throw gets past the first baseman, and 2 more runs score for the Pennsbury Falcons. It's 8-0 as Henry Garlitz and Casey Shannon both cross the plate.
We got the dust storm in front of us.
And Carlton Crane continues the excellent bunting today. That one didn't quite hit the bullseye, Gus, but with his speed, it was enough.
Yeah.
And also the defensive switches and assignments for Council Rock South. I think they've been missing some of those situations, just a minor hesitation and throws everything off.
And one of the ones earlier where they didn't even have a play at first, because even if they did, Seidler was going to be safe, but the second baseman wasn't there in time, so there's been miscues with that bunt scenario with the defense for Council Rock North.
So initially they had the H up there, so I think you get the hit for the bunt base hit, and then the error allow him to move up to second.
Got some position changes here, though, with the pitching change.
It looks like Martin is going to take over somewhere in the field.
All right, so we'll step aside as Council Rock North go into the bullpen. Here in the bottom of the third, it's the McCaffrey's Game of the Day on the WBCB Sports Network.
Since 1954, the name McCaffrey has stood for outstanding automotive sales and service. And today, Patrick McCaffrey continues that tradition at Discount Auto, Business Route 1, Langhorne. Discount Auto has over 100 hand-picked pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, all fully inspected and ready to go. Discount Auto, the perfect place for your kid's first car. Discount Auto, the perfect place for a fine pre-owned family car, SUV, or van. Discount Auto. They're locally owned and operated by Patrick McCaffrey, who supports the community. The name McCaffrey means honesty, integrity, and great automotive sales and service at Discount Auto, Business Route 1 at Oxford Valley Road, Langhorne.
Hey BCWSA customers, this is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League Champion Phillies. My friends at BCWSA are committed to providing us with safe, reliable water and sewer services. They operate state-of-the-art treatment facilities, provide clean drinking water, and make much-needed investments to protect our environment and ensure a sustainable future. Learn how BCWSA's investments help grow and serve our communities. Visit bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes.
Jackson Costanzo on the mound now for Council Rock North. Pitcher Preston Martin has moved to second base, and second baseman Zach Ruppel now playing first as Pierce Perry up to bat for the Falcons.
Martin's final line, he goes 2 1/3 with 6 hits, 8 runs. Only 4 of them were earned after 3 errors. 4 strikeouts, along with 4 walks on 76 pitches, 41 of those for strikes.
The 0-1 delivery from Costanzo down low.
It was a great bottom of the first for Martin, and then just after that, kind of derailed it. Allowed 2 runs in the second inning, but kind of limited the damage a bit. And then this third inning, it really has not gone well. Just in the third of the inning.
The 1-1. The runner takes off. The throw to third is high. And a stolen base for Carlton Crane.
That was a really nice catch over there by the third baseman. And let that thing go into left field. Got airborne a bit. Snacked that glove up, made a nice grab. Owen Hawks has been sitting for a while. He's throwing over to our right.
Yeah, he's just trying to stay loose and keep his arm warm. The 1-2. Up high to Perry. Two balls, two strikes, already 6 runs across. Again, Council Rock North pulling the infield in to try to cut off the run at third. 2-2. Down and in. And the count full to Perry. Perry with Zuckerman on deck. Zuckerman got this whole inning started with a base hit and came around to score. Falcons pouring it on in the bottom of the third. Costanzo's 3-2 outside, ball 4. And runners again at the corners. And Brendan Zuckerman again up to the plate in the third inning, his second at-bat here in inning number 3. And he's 1 for 2 so far today.
Pierce Perry loves to fling that bat after he walks. I noticed that.
Boy, Zuckerman, I get a sense, like, I don't know, his body language, the runner takes off. The pitch goes off of Goldman. And there was a swing and a miss at the plate, but no contact. And I don't think they're calling that a foul ball, right? That was just a swing and a miss. I did not hear any contact. And so it is run number 7 for the Falcons as Carlton Crane crosses the plate. And makes it 9-0.
No real argument there from Council Rock North. Looks like they're actually joking around a little bit, him and the umpire.
And I was going to
That
mention
was the most lighthearted conversation I've ever seen with a coach/manager and an umpire.
Usually when it's a foul ball, you would hear something, even like a tip or something. That time you didn't hear anything, so I think it was pretty
grounded
common.
foul by Zuckerman, yeah.
I think everybody agreed that, yeah, it wasn't a foul ball, no real argument there. If it was a closer game, maybe. Yeah, making it a 9-0 game probably influences it a little bit too.
Boy, Zuckerman, he just has like a seek and destroy kind of attitude. The 0-2 curveball got him looking, kind of froze him with a nice breaking pitch. And Jackson Costanzo has his first strikeout. And it's a big second out in the bottom of the third. Brings up to the plate Ty Lee. Ty Lee with an RBI double. And then ended up scoring on that play with a overthrow out to left field and allowed him to go from second home. 1-0 out to left. Furman ranging under it and makes the grab. So Ty Lee sends it out to left field, but line out handled. And there's finally the end of the third inning. But the Falcons doing major damage. They score 7 runs. And they get those 7 runs on 5 hits. And they left a runner out there on base as well. Falcons with a 9-0 lead. It's the McCaffrey's game of the day here on the WBCB Sports Network.
This This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. Every champion needs a good game plan. BCWSA and I want to make sure you have a game plan when it comes to conserving our most precious resource, water. Whether you're washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or watering your garden, there are ways you can save water and save money. Visit bcwsa.net for tips on conserving water. BCWSA, proven.
1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBSports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
We go to the top of the fourth, and now starter Owen Hawks is staked to a 9-run advantage.
That's got to feel good as a pitcher.
No question, gives you a ton of confidence as the first one to Noah Furman. He turns on that one, couldn't keep it fair, but puts a charge into it. I mean, one of the challenges now, you got this lead, you feel emboldened to really attack the strike zone. But you've been sitting around for a little bit now on a relatively chilly day.
Yeah, I saw him over here, just trying to stay loose, throwing the ball around and everything like that. But, yeah, it's not like that 45-minute first inning that we had a couple games back. But, yeah, you sit for a little bit, especially in this kind of weather, it's going to be a factor for the pitcher.
Yeah, that might have been like 20 minutes, 25 minutes or something.
Yeah, something like that. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but it was long enough where it was going to affect them.
Over that time, the Falcons scoring 7 runs in the bottom of the third, the 0-2. Trying to get him to chase one. Furman takes it. It's a 1-2 count. Hawks winds and fires, and he got him.
Ooh.
Noah Furman caught looking. And so we got 2 strikeouts today for the Pennsbury starter.
Little Michelangelo right there. That's 6. That's 6 if anybody's keeping track.
Wait, didn't you already do Michelangelo?
Vincent Van Gogh, Pablo
Da Vinci.
Picasso.
I get my Michelangelos and my Da Vinci's mixed up.
Yeah.
No, that was your second Michelangelo.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do Da Vinci then.
Swing and a miss there from Ryan Bukowski.
Andy Warhol was my favorite. That was an obscure one. Everybody forgets about him. He's a weirdo.
The 0-1. Bukowski flied out to right his first time around. Yeah, Andy Warhol would have worn number 13. He was one of those guys.
Yeah.
0-2. Ground ball towards Sognus. Takes care of that one. And there's 2 up, 2 down for catcher Colin Goldman. Well, Colin Goldman had made it as far around as anybody today for Council Rock North on the bases. He got to third back in the second inning. But so far, holding on to that shutout is Owen Hawks, who delivers a first pitch strike to Goldman.
Him and his bright blue bat. Some of these bats nowadays, the colorways are crazy.
0-1. That was close, and he almost chased, but holds up in a 1-1 count.
I feel like every bat is like Miami Vice neon color.
I love the 1 week where the major leaguers break out all the novelty bats with like the pencil bat and
that's cool. I feel like a lot of them get inspired by a lot of these newer bats because of all the different colorways and different themes. The pencil bat's cool. I just feel like it's getting overkilled a little bit. What I do like that I've seen rarely is the crayon bats. The crayon bats are pretty cool.
Crayon, I think I had a missile bat or something.
Yeah, that's sick.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Goldman. With 2 down here in the 4th. Down just a bit.
What's your favorite obscure Crayola color? I'm a big fire truck red guy.
Give me a little burnt sienna.
Maize yellow.
Payoff pitch, that's in there. Got him looking.
Ooh.
Second strikeout in the inning for Owen Hawks, and he authors a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th, sets him down in order, and keeps Council Rock North scoreless. It's 9-0 Pennsbury as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
That was a little Raphael with a little Blizzard Blue Crayola crayon right there.
Hey, today's game brought to you by the Peruzzi Automotive Group. For complete automotive service, trust the Peruzzi Auto Group for value and service. A little automotive artistry from the Peruzzi Automotive Group. Free multi-point inspection on your vehicle with any paid service. They offer 10% military and law enforcement discounts on any service. Buy 3 tires, get the 4th free. All service performed by certified technicians. Peruzzi, big comfy waiting rooms at their dealerships with free Wi-Fi and early drop-off. Peruzzi service open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6. Saturdays open 7:30 to 4:30. The Peruzzi Auto Group service for all makes and models. Visit a Peruzzi dealership on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills, where our business is you. Today's game brought to you as a public service by the Pennsbury Parents Baseball Club, who would like to wish the Falcons the best of luck today and want you to come on out, support your Pennsbury Falcons. Hope you're enjoying today's game.
I sure am.
Had a great day, great to be hanging out. And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read about today's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage that you can count on 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national news 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian.
Got the little leaguers showing up.
Gus is excited.
And I think I
Little
like
League
to.
baseball is just so fun to watch. I don't care what you say.
I do love Little League baseball, but sometimes we got a youngster kind of walking past our broadcast setup right here, and he must be like a T-ball guy, like those little.
Those, yeah.
You know, when they're just running around, they don't know where they're going.
That's not baseball. That's just fun
No,
activities.
We don't know where anything is. Hold on, maybe Ben can help you. We're getting asked for directions. In there for a strike to Sognus.
You know where the rookie field is? Back there in that corner.
Yeah. Looking for a little rookie Little League baseball.
Yeah, I never played here. Gus played here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, what was it when you were coming? It was, for me, it was like novice, like T-ball, then novice, then Little League.
So it was
the 2-1.
So they had it in like leagues. So it was T-ball, then it was a minor league, which was a couple ages. Then it was major leagues. Then you had like the junior leagues where you started actually playing baseball, you know, with the leading and everything like that.
2-2.
There was also a different
Down
league
and in.
called like Cal Ripken. That was like a whole different league
Yeah.
with different rules and stuff like that.
I always thought like the Cal Ripken, that was like for 13-year-olds. Like
Yeah, that was like 13 and up, and it was like a separate league, so only certain little leagues were a part of Cal Ripken. Like the one we have here, Little Levittown American, was a part of Cal Ripken.
3-2 pitch, it hit him. Ouch. Sognus takes that pitch off the forearm. And so that'll give him first base.
That's in a
Bring
tough spot,
Danny
right?
Seidler up to the plate.
Tough spot right up on the hand, arm area. Looks like he's checking out his right hand, and especially it's a little chilled today, so that's going to really sting.
And I believe that's the first free pass given up by Jackson Costanzo, who came in relief of Preston Martin. But that could be a significant run there as Mike Sognis takes off on the first pitch and steals second. And he was there with ease. Good jump, good speed. And that combo leads to what looked like an easy stolen base. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take third and really put the pressure on Council Rock North here. Popped up by Seidler, drifting into foul territory, and is out of play.
Don't hit the kiddies.
Oh, the kid almost had it on the bounce, but right through his hands.
I mean, that almost hit like the most wholesome family that's here at the Pennsbury. They had the dog, the kids. I think the grandfather over there. Fortunately,
grandfather's okay, but not the dog.
Everybody's good. Costanzo's delivers the 1-1. Out to center, Kyle Book camped under it, makes the grab. Tagging is Sognis, and he'll slide into third safely. So Seidler flies out, but Sognis continues to move around the bases, and he's now at third with one down. And up steps Henry Garlitz. Reached on a fielder's choice his first time up, and then had a bunt base hit his second time around. Here, jammed him, kind of fouled off or sawed him off there.
It was right by my legs. It was so loud. I love the videos of the people that.
I thought that was the sound effect of like his body language right there. He was like, oh.
It could have been. Who knows?
0-1. Ground ball down the third baseline, but foul.
Ooh, it's not even a practice today behind us. It's a full game.
It's game day back there?
It's game day. I might have to stay and watch.
You're not beating the allegations.
Infield in with one away in the fourth. Curveball, and that's through on the left side. A base hit, an RBI for Henry Garlitz. And the Falcons now in front 10-0 in the bottom of the fourth.
Hank smashed that one to the left side, and a little belated birthday RBI for Garlitz.
Yeah, it's kind of some bad luck for Council Rock North there. You want to bring that infield in to cut the runoff, but a ball that's well hit on the ground like that, I think the third baseman would have been able to make a play if they're at the normal infield depth.
Normal depth, that's an easy ground ball, but since he's so far in, he has such little reaction time. Just had no shot. Ooh, I don't know about that one, but okay.
Shannon takes strike one. Yeah, something little off speed there from Costanzo. Finds the top of the zone. His 0-1. Fouled back out of play towards the softball diamond.
Heads up.
Oh, yeah, Pennsbury softball looks like they're done now. 11-1
Ooh.
is the score, and I think that game is over as Pennsbury softball gets a 10-run rule win. 0-2. Breaking ball up the middle. Safe at second. And safe all around are the Falcons.
Ooh, ate them up a little bit.
Wow, they just waited for that one. Garlitz able to step on second base just before the ball arrived. And Casey Shannon with his speed and with the, as they're looking at second base, it gives him the opportunity to use his speed to get to first. So first and second, one away. And Kolenko up to the plate for the Falcons. A pinch hitter for Finn Burke. Nolan Kolenko at the plate. Takes strike one. Kolenko, a 6-foot senior. calls timeout. Well, it's been all Falcons today. 10 runs on 8 hits. Right now, they're positioned also to maybe earn a 10-run victory. The 0-1. Inside to Kalenko.
If only they went to like a point system, kind of how like basketball does. If they ever did, then they should make like 10-run rule games or 10-run victories, like an extra points or something like that. You know what I mean? Some advantage.
1-1.
Big runs.
Yeah, or maybe even add some power points.
Yeah, like have power points, and then you get extra power points for a 10-run victory.
A lopsided win like
exactly
that.
like that.
2-1 to Kalenko.
I feel like they do that in one sport.
Series win, couple points. Series sweep is a couple more.
The 2-1 from Costanzo. Swing and a miss. Kind of fishing for one off speed and down low. Good things up and down the lineup for Pennsbury, except in this 9 spot so far today. Kalenko could turn that around here before the 2-2, though. Look, Henry Garlett's back to second. Costanzo delivers. Ground ball foul. Kalenko staying alive. Trying to time one up here against this. Getting a lot of youth for this Council Rock North team before the 2-2. Again, they look Garlett's back.
I feel like this has been a long at bat for Kalenko. Obviously him battling and then the disengagements.
The 2-2. Couldn't hold up. And Kalenko, a strikeout victim.
That was an ugly strikeout.
And out number 2. Here in the bottom of the 4th. And top of the lineup, here's Carlton Crane. Crane, always a pest, always somehow getting on base. Last time up, he was able to reach on a bunt. One of 3 bunt base hits today for the Falcons. Yeah, so they played a little bit of small ball, taking advantage of some of the walks, free passes from Council Rock North. And have a sizable advantage. The 0-1 breaking ball stays high and away.
It's kind of crazy to think, too, how many runs this Pennsbury team has been able to produce this year with a limited amount of long balls.
1-1. Yeah, just like today, they haven't really barreled up a ton of balls, and it has been with a walk, base hit here, sometimes taking advantage of an error.
Exactly, and then the big motto, what they said, and they've been harping on and really executing to perfection, is get guys on, get them over, and just get them in. And, you know, like we said, it sounds so easy, but they've made it really look that easy this year, this Pennsbury squad.
Yeah, it is easier said than done, but they've been doing it.
And they have some pop, and they've had some long balls here and there, but for the most part, for the amount of long balls they've had to how many runs they've scored, it's kind of absurd. I feel like they're averaging at least 7 to 8 runs a game at this point this season.
The 2-2 is outside.
I could be wrong, but that's just how it feels.
No, you're right. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back here. They scored 11 runs and 10 runs in their 2 games in Myrtle Beach. And again, they checked the runner, and Chase Garlett's back. 15 runs and 12 runs. No, yeah, their first 6 games, 5 games, they were in double digits.
Yeah, like
It was 11, 10, 15. That one sent out to center field and will fall. A base hit for the Pennsbury Falcons, and they'll score another one. It's 11-0 as Henry Garlitz from second base is driven in. And Carlton Crane helps to break this one even further wide open. Hold on, I'm interested in this now because all right,
yeah,
it was
and the 23-24 running game helped it a lot too.
Yeah, let me run this down. It's probably more than double digits. It was 11, 10, 15, 12, 13, 9, and then they scored 23 against Truman. 6 in that final game, so that was one of the few games they were held in single digits. Then they scored 18, 6, and then 2 games where they scored 8. And then the last game that they beat Council Rock North was an 11-7 win.
They might be averaging 10 runs a game this season. 10 runs a game that you might be averaging. Let's get Ben to do the math real quick. I think he
I was on it, then my computer shut off.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We're back up.
We're back. Your computer wasn't even dead. Why did it shut off?
I don't know.
Well,
It's those things.
Been another explosive day for the Falcons offense, and they're still running. Carlton Crane steals second. That's one of those things where when you're up 11, sometimes you will employ a little bit of a different strategy. The 1-2.
So they're
Feels
averaging 10.8 runs per game, and this will only increase it.
They're averaging 11 runs a game.
They're at
this
their
season.
average right now.
That's crazy. It's kind of absurd to think about it with, like you said, the lack of long balls that they've had on the season. That just goes to show you how lethal of a lineup this is, top to bottom.
The 2-2 there fouled away. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Pierce Perry. He bats with 2 more in scoring position. Falcons with 2 in the second, 7 in the third, 2 more here in the fourth. And a chance for more with 2 down and their designated hitter at the plate.
See the varsity softball game wrapping up.
Costanzo kicks and fires and gets him. Swing and a miss. Pierce Perry, a strikeout victim. And that's out number 3 here in the fourth. And we are finally through 4 complete. Falcons lead it 11-0 as they get 2 more runs in the fourth. And it's now 11 runs on 9 hits for the Falcons. We'll step aside and return with the 5th. Here on WBCB, it's high school baseball on the WBCB Sports Network.
Since 1954, the name McCafferty has stood for outstanding automotive sales and service. And today, Patrick McCafferty continues that tradition at Discount Auto, Business Route 1, Langhorne. Discount Auto has over 100 hand-picked pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, all fully inspected and ready to go. Discount Auto, the perfect place for your kid's first car. Discount Auto, the perfect place for a fine pre-owned family car, SUV, or van. Discount Auto. They're locally owned and operated by Patrick McCafferty, who supports the community. The name McCafferty means honesty, integrity, and great automotive sales and service at Discount Auto, Business Route 1 at Oxford Valley Road, Langhorne.
All right, we go to the top of the 5th. Big thanks to one of our WBCB fans who stopped by with a little orange and black spirit here, not for Pennsbury, but for the Flyers. He's got like an official rally towel.
It was the official rally towel that they're going to be giving away, too. That thing is sick. I am a little peanut butter and jealous of you because it is awesome.
Well, we're getting the Flyers fever going a little, you know, starting to get that energy.
We're flyered up.
We're flyered up, baby. I've been flyered up for months.
The 2-0 to Carpenter, ground ball. Carlton Crane at shortstop has it and throws in time for out number 1.
Now, Hawks was sitting for a while because that was a long 4th inning, even though the Falcons only scored 2 runs and then third was 7 runs. It's been a long last couple of bottom of innings where Hawks has just been chilling in the dugout. So, but that last inning he turned it around pretty well, and we'll see how he fares here in the top of the 5th, but he's off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, last inning was excellent for Hawks. Had a shutdown 4th as he struck out 2 and got a ground ball. And a good start here to this 5th inning for the Pennsbury starter.
That went over the varsity softball teams huddled over on the third base line of the JV field to our right, and they almost just got taken out by that foul ball.
They're good. They got the tree in front of them.
They're lucky for that.
The
tree.
0-2 outside. So you get the ground out, and now you're in front of Connor Schmidt. Zach Ruppel waiting on deck for Council Rock North. The 1-2, got him. Ooh. Connor Schmidt caught looking. So 3 strikeouts for Owen Hawks, and all 3 batters rung up.
A little Banksy right there, a little artistry on the corner.
That brings up Zach Ruppel.
Number 7.
That was like a little Salvador Dali.
Ooh, there we go.
That
Georgia O'Keefe.
Because that was absurd.
Got a whole list now.
Ruppel, his only time around, he lined out to center. And Owen Hawks attacking the zone here in the 5th. Right after it again. And jumps in front of Ruppel. 0-2. Falcons up 11, and if they can hold Council Rock North scoreless here, it'll be the ball game. 0-2 pitch. Down low.
Ball game.
Falcons with an opportunity here to move to 13-1 on the season. But some work left to do. 1-2 pitch.
Ooh.
Down and away, close.
Very close.
But no cigar.
Good miss, though.
Yeah, maybe have him go chase that one.
Yeah. Got plenty of balls to work with.
Set at the belt, 2-2 delivery. Ooh, again, close, but not quite. And the count runs full.
Now you ran out of balls. You're ballless.
All right.
3-2 delivery. Sent to right field. Long run for Casey Shannon. And couldn't quite get there. I mean, it was a long run for him. Almost seemed like he
got there. I feel like he could have
slowed up a little bit. I don't know if he was started to sense the fence.
I didn't see it bounce. Did it bounce in play still?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I
He
mean,
made
in
foul territory, but yeah, it was like still
Playable
he
ball.
Shot. Surprised that even stayed in. I thought that was going to slice out of play.
And yeah, the way they have him played, playing away, so the 3-2 up and in. That's ball 4. Yeah,
I was
right.
going to say, that's ball 4.
Zach Ruppel, he was ready to see another pitch, but ball 4 means you get first base, son. So he heads down the baseline, and top of the lineup for Council Rock North, here is Preston Martin. Started on the mound, is now at second base for them. He's got one of their 3 hits and a stolen base thus far. He's also one of the 2 Council Rock North Indians who has made it at least around to third today. But that's as far as they've gotten so far.
Yeah, Owen Hawks has been dominant. Just nothing going for Council Rock North. They've not been able to get anything off them. After that first inning, they had a couple of balls hard. And since then, it's just been dominance from the Junior Hawks.
So right there, they throw the pickoff move. And as they're going back to first, Zuckerman thought that he caught Ruppel off the bag just momentarily. I almost thought they were going to ring him up. Maybe they would have. I don't know. That was really close.
That'd be a tough way to end the game.
The 0-1.
I think that's maybe
down and away.
The main reason he didn't ring him up, the umpire.
Hawks kicks, fires, swing and a miss. And Council Rock North here down to their final strike. McCaffrey's game of the day on WBCB. The righty, the 0-2. It's down and away off the foot of Ty Lee. And so up to second goes Zach Ruppel on the wild pitch. Makes it a 2-2 count to Martin. It's Council Rock North trying to hold on here. They need a couple of runs here in the inning to extend the game. 2-2. Up high, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
They might need you to wave that towel up in the air to get the final strike here.
All right, here I
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Now he looks biased.
Payoff pitch. Ground ball sharply hit
Oh,
up the
whoa.
middle. Takes a high hop off of second base, around third, and in to score. Run number 1 for Council Rock North is Zach Ruppel. Makes it an 11-1 game. RBI base hit for Preston Martin.
Hey, we had a base ball. Ball skipped up off the bag and away from Crane and helped out Council Rock North a little bit there, perhaps.
Now this is interesting too, because with that whole sequence right there, if that run in second scores, this game's going to continue. They had a shot to limit the damage. You know, obviously the run was going to score, but you keep the runner at first, you still have a shot to end this game right here. Now, if that runner at second scores, you're going to have to keep playing.
The 0-1, and that is driven to left, and Henry Garlitz is able to come in a few steps and make the catch on the line drive for out number 3. And that's the ball game as the Pennsbury Falcons get a 10-run rule victory in a 5-inning shortened game. 11-1, the final. Falcons improve to 13-1, and they drop Council Rock North to 5-5. So who's your Di Lorenzo's the Berg player of the game? Owen Hawks, our starting pitcher.
Put the headset back on.
Says Ben Goldstein.
Yeah, he's trying to mouth it or American Sign Language it.
Well, it is Owen Hawks who gets the win. Took him 74 pitches to get it done, but he gives up just 1 run on 4 hits. And for Council Rock North, the other thing on their stat line is they commit 4 errors today, and the Falcons took full advantage. 2 runs for Pennsbury in the second inning, 7 runs scoring in the third. They added 2 more in the fourth to give them 11 and allow them to end this one early today. These 2 teams will meet again on Thursday at Council Rock North High School to wrap up this series, but this win means it's another series win for the Pennsbury Falcons and puts them even a little closer to a SOL Patriot Division title here in 2026, but they will have their rivals to contend with, the Neshaminy Redskins. Of course, they got this Council Rock North team one more time this week, but that Neshaminy series looms large right now.
Yeah, that's going to be a big series, not for only this Pennsbury Falcons team and that Neshaminy team, but a big series for us on WBCB. As we said earlier, we're going to have all 3 games of that series right here, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so that's going to be an absolute huge one that could very well determine who wins this SOL Patriot Division.
And also, Falcons now are starting to focus in on postseason play and making sure that they continue to play good baseball. You know, things have started well. Now you have to continue to reach these expectations.
And this is where the time where you figure out the minor things that you need to tweak, get them tweaked so you're playing your best ball going into playoff time.
And you're scoring 11 runs per game. We talked about that through today's broadcast at one point, how many runs this Pennsbury Falcon team is scoring. And you hope that can continue, but you got to clean things up just a little bit to make sure that when the bats aren't going as well as they have, that you still have the defense, have the pitching, have all the other elements that help that complementary baseball come together.
Yeah, this Pennsbury team, it's pretty hard to look at this team and find a weakness for it right now, as it seems like all cylinders are clicking. Base running, pitching, hitting, fielding. It's all going good for this Pennsbury team.
Don't worry, Coach Pacey will find some weakness. He'll find something for these guys to work on.
And that's why that's what makes this team so good, is Pacey letting his team know, like, you may be this good, but you can be better. We will be better, and we're going to find the way to become better.
Yeah, and we expect you to be your best.
Yes, exactly.
And right now they're talking things over. Ben waits our DiLorenzo's the Berg Player of the Game. We thank all of our sponsors for helping to make today's game possible. Team Toyota, the Riviera Restaurant, McCaffrey's Food Markets. This has been the McCaffrey's Game of the Day. McCaffrey's Food Markets, exceptional every day. Thanks to Discount Auto, BCWSA, Fletcher's Garage, and Fred Fletcher, America's Mechanic, right on the corner of Hood and South Olds Boulevard. Thanks to DiLorenzo's Pizza. They sponsor our post-game interview, and they're right down the road here. DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza on New Falls Road. The Peruzzi Auto Group and the Peruzzi Auto Group Buick GMC, along with the Trentonian and the Trenton Thunder. Thanks to the crew, including Gus the Bus Barber doing our video engineering. Thanks to Ben Goldstein helping to break down the play, the action, the analysis, and also some stats. And Nick Gallagher behind the camera, always doing a great job. Thanks so much to the crew. Thanks to you for being with us. One final time here from Pennsbury High School. It was the Pennsbury Falcons 11 and the Council Rock North Indians 1. Thanks for catching